After 12 years, Vienna is going to have a new mayor in office. Mayor-elect Chad Emrick is taking office in January after beating the current mayor Randy Rapp in the November 2024 election. Emrick won the election with 2,029 votes. He says his focus is serving the Vienna residents and businesses and staying as transparent as possible. Emrick wants the Vienna community to know information firsthand without them having to reach for it. He says the people and businesses of Vienna are his customer base in a sense, and he plans to provide them with the highest quality of customer service and care.
We are responsible for providing all the essential services, fire and emergency response, public works, so water, sewer, stormwater, roads, all of those various things. We want to provide at the highest level of quality that we can, while also taking time to listen, to serve, and to provide for our community at the very highest levels. Along with the new council coming into office, we are very excited about the future opportunities that are on the horizon for Vienna. There are some great things in the works and that we are going to be tackling right out of the gate when we get into this new council year, and it's just going to be an amazing time for Vienna.
Emrick will take office as mayor on